Welcome back, everybody. Today, we're going to be taking a deep dive into AI-powered mentors and what they mean for the future of learning.
Wow.
We've got some really interesting research and news articles to unpack.
I think it's particularly interesting because we're seeing personalized learning really push to its boundaries. And, it's not just about delivering content anymore. It's about understanding each individual's needs, their goals, tailoring their learning journey.
Yeah, yeah, that's a really good point. I think one really good example of this is EON Reality, a company that just launched this platform that aims to meet learners where they are.
Right. And that's
A bold claim.
yeah, it is a bold claim, but let's see what they're all about.
One of the things that really caught my attention was their emphasis on this 360-degree personal profile. And they start this whole experience off with an AI-driven dialogue. It lasts between 5 to 15 minutes. And it's basically gathering all this information to create this profile for you. Kind of like a comprehensive assessment of your learning style and personality and aspirations.
Hmm.
Oh, yeah, that sounds really intriguing, but also a little bit mysterious. So can you tell us a bit more about what this profile actually entails and how it impacts the learning experience?
Sure. So think of it as like a roadmap for your learning journey. It captures things like your preferred learning methods, your strengths, your weaknesses, even your motivations and your goals. And all of this information allows the AI to personalize the content, personalize the pace, and even personalize the teaching style to fit your unique needs.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's a far cry from the traditional one-size-fits-all approach that we've all kind of grown up with in school.
Absolutely. And it addresses one of the key limitations of traditional education, which is that assumption that everyone learns best the same way. This EON Reality platform acknowledges that some people are visual learners, some people are auditory learners, and some people really thrive on those hands-on experiences.
And speaking of different approaches, EON Reality offers two distinct learning paths, the traditional and the discovery path. Can you tell us a bit more about each path and who they're designed for?
Yeah, absolutely. So the traditional path is really geared towards individuals with a clear objective in mind. Maybe they want to acquire a specific skill or prepare for a certification. And it provides a really structured learning experience with milestones and deadlines. The content is really aligned with industry standards. You can think of it as a really personalized and efficient way to achieve a specific goal.
Okay, so it's like a supercharged online course, but it's tailored to your specific learning style and pace.
Exactly. Now, on the other hand, we have the discovery path, which is much more open-ended. This is designed for learners who are curious, they're eager to explore, but maybe they don't have a fixed goal in mind. The focus here is on uncovering hidden interests and strengths, and perhaps even guiding you towards a career path that you hadn't even considered before.
That sounds pretty cool,
Yeah.
especially for someone who maybe feels a bit lost or
Mhm.
unsure of their next steps.
Exactly. It taps into your intrinsic motivations.
Yeah.
And it uses a narrative-driven approach to suggest new areas for growth and development.
Now let's dive into the technology behind all of this. Um, from the sources we've got, it looks like the EON Reality platform is built on three core components. And the first one is the learning experience engine. This is where the learning really comes to life, right?
Absolutely. The learning experience engine utilizes these immersive 360-degree environments, interactive simulations, and even avatar instructors to deliver the content in a way that's really engaging and memorable.
So it's not just about reading text and watching videos. It's about actually experiencing the learning in a more interactive way.
Exactly. And this immersive approach can be incredibly powerful for learners who maybe struggle with traditional methods.
And then there's the personal profile system. This is where that initial AI dialogue comes into play, right?
Precisely. The personal profile system analyzes all of the data from that initial dialogue, along with your ongoing interactions within the platform to continuously refine your learning experience. It's constantly adapting the pace, the content delivery, even the level of difficulty to make sure you're staying engaged and progressing effectively.
So it's like having a personalized tutor who's constantly adjusting the lesson plan based on your needs and responses.
That's a great analogy.
And finally, there's the path generation system. Um, and as the name suggests, it's all about creating those personalized learning paths.
Right, and this is where it branches out into that traditional path and discovery path that we talked about.
Right.
So for the traditional path, the path generation system identifies your skill gaps and generates a sequence of lessons and activities that are designed to bridge those gaps and prepare you for that specific goal that you have.
So it's like a personalized curriculum that constantly adjusts based on your progress.
Exactly. Now, with the discovery path, the focus is on mapping your interests and your passions to potential career paths or areas of personal development. And it uses that narrative-driven approach to suggest these new avenues for exploration and growth.
It's fascinating how this platform can cater to such diverse needs and learning styles. But let's not forget about the stars of the show, which are the AI-powered mentors. EON Reality is launching with 4 specialized mentors to guide learners in different areas of their lives.
Right, and this is really where we're seeing AI step into the role of a personalized guide and coach. Each mentor is designed to provide tailored support and guidance in a specific domain, much like you would expect from a human expert.
So let's start with a career development mentor. This AI guide seems particularly relevant in today's job market, which is so ever-changing.
Absolutely. The Career Development Mentor helps you clarify your career goals, assess your skills and experience, identify potential career paths, and even create a personalized action plan to help you achieve your aspirations.
Wow. So it's like having a career counselor available to you 24/7, helping you to navigate the complexities of the job market and map out your professional journey.
Exactly. And then we have the Relationship Guide, which focuses on enhancing your interpersonal skills and building healthier relationships.
It sounds like a virtual relationship therapist almost, helping you to navigate the ups and downs of personal connections.
In a way, yes, the Relationship Guide provides guidance on communication, conflict resolution, setting boundaries, even understanding those different relationship dynamics. And it even incorporates scenario-based role-playing to help you practice those difficult conversations and develop your emotional intelligence.
Wow, that's pretty comprehensive. Now, what about the health and wellness coach? How does AI step into the role of a personal trainer or a nutritionist?
So the Health and Wellness Coach takes a very holistic approach to your well-being. It creates personalized exercise and nutrition plans based on your needs and preferences, tracks your progress, offers guidance on stress management, sleep hygiene, and other healthy habits. It's like having a dedicated wellness expert right there in your pocket, encouraging you to live your healthiest life.
Okay, and finally we have the mental skills assistant. And this one seems particularly timely given the growing awareness of mental health and well-being.
Absolutely. The Mental Skills Assistant focuses on developing emotional resilience, coping with stress and anxiety, and cultivating positive habits like mindfulness and self-compassion. And it offers a range of different tools and techniques, from guided meditations to cognitive behavioral therapy exercises, all tailored to your needs.
So it's like having a personal mental wellness coach, always there to support you and guide you toward a calmer, more balanced state of mind.
Precisely.
And what's really remarkable about all of this is that these mentors are all designed to learn and adapt as you interact with them.
Right.
So the more you use the platform, the more personalized and effective the mentorship becomes.
Exactly. It's a really dynamic process, much like a real-world mentoring relationship.
This is all incredibly impressive. But I'm curious about one thing. What about those moments when you have a very specific question or a specific topic that you want to explore? Something that doesn't necessarily fit neatly into one of these mentor categories.
Oh, that's where EON Reality's magic button comes in. So imagine you're curious about ancient Roman architecture or the latest developments in quantum computing. You just hit the magic button, you type in your keyword, and boom.
The platform instantly generates personalized learning prompts, activities, and resources based on your unique profile and learning style.
Exactly. It's like having access to this vast library of knowledge curated specifically for you. And this is just the beginning. They plan to expand their mentor categories and partner with third-party content providers, so they're creating an ever-evolving ecosystem of personalized learning experiences.
So the learning never really stops.
Never stops. It's designed for continuous learning and growth, adapting to your evolving needs and interests. It's truly a game changer in the world of personalized education.
It definitely sounds like it. So before we wrap up this part of our deep dive, I'd love to get your take on the broader implications of all of this. Where do you see AI-powered mentors fitting into the future of learning?
Well, for one thing, I think it has the potential to address some of the major challenges that we're facing in education today, like the lack of personalized learning experiences and the growing need for mental health support.
Right, those are two huge areas where AI could make a really significant impact. But what about the concerns that some people have about an over-reliance on technology?
Well, it's really important to remember that these AI-powered mentors are tools. They're not replacements for human connection. They can enhance and personalize the learning experience, but they're not meant to replace human teachers or therapists or mentors altogether.
That's a crucial point. It's all about finding the right balance between technology and human interaction.
Absolutely.
Well, this has been a fascinating deep dive so far, and we've really only just scratched the surface. We'll be back after a quick break to explore the potential impact of AI-powered mentors on education, the workplace, and even society as a whole.
Yeah, it's fascinating to think about how this could transform like traditional classrooms.
Mhm.
Imagine a world where every student has access to an AI mentor that understands their learning style, their strengths, and their areas where they might need a little bit more support.
Yeah, it would be like having a personal tutor for every student.
Yeah.
But how would that actually work in practice? Would the AI replace teachers altogether?
Not necessarily. I see it more as like a powerful tool that can really augment the role of the teacher, not replace them. Think of it more like a personalized learning assistant that provides individualized instruction,
Yeah.
tracks their progress, and then that frees up the teachers to really focus on things like mentorship,
Yeah.
creative activities, and fostering that social emotional learning.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
Mm.
It's really about creating a more personalized and engaging learning experience for every student, while still recognizing that there's that irreplaceable value of human interaction and guidance.
Exactly. And let's not forget the potential for addressing learning disabilities and special needs. I mean,
Mm.
AI could play a transformative role in creating more inclusive learning environments where every student has the opportunity to thrive.
Yeah, that's a really exciting prospect. But let's shift gears for a moment and talk about the workplace. How could AI-powered mentors change the way we train and develop employees?
Well, imagine onboarding new employees, and it's this seamless, personalized experience. Instead of those generic training programs, imagine AI mentors guiding employees through a tailored learning journey, providing feedback, suggesting career development opportunities.
It would revolutionize corporate training. Employees would be able to learn at their own pace and focus on the skills that are most relevant to their roles.
Exactly. And it's not just about onboarding. AI mentors could play a huge role in continuous learning and development, helping employees stay ahead of the curve in such a rapidly changing job market.
Yeah, it sounds like AI could help create a more agile and adaptable workforce, which is so essential in today's world. But what about the bigger picture? How might AI-powered mentors impact society as a whole?
Well, one potential impact is the democratization of access to learning and personal development. Imagine a world where anyone, regardless of their background or location, has access to personalized guidance and support.
That would be incredibly empowering. It could really level the playing field and create more opportunities for personal and professional growth.
Absolutely. And it's not just about formal education or career development. AI mentors could also play a role in lifelong learning, helping people pursue their passions, develop new skills, and navigate the challenges of an increasingly complex world.
It's about empowering individuals to become lifelong learners,
Yeah.
constantly growing and evolving.
Exactly. And that's something I'm so passionate about. I really believe that this access to personalized learning and guidance is key to unlocking human potential.
I completely agree. It's about fostering a love of learning and empowering people to take control of their personal and professional growth.
Right. And as AI technology continues to advance, we can expect even more sophisticated and personalized mentoring experiences. Imagine AI mentors that can not only provide information and guidance, but also emotional support, motivation, and even a sense of companionship.
That raises some really interesting questions about the future of human connection. Will we become so reliant on AI companions that we lose the ability to connect with each other on a deeper level?
Yeah, that's a really valid concern and one that we need to consider carefully. It's important to remember that AI is a tool. And like any tool, it can be used for good or for ill.
It all comes down to how we design, develop, and deploy these technologies. We need to make sure that they're used ethically and responsibly, with a focus on human well-being and social good.
Absolutely. We need to be having these open and honest conversations about the potential benefits and the risks, and we need to involve diverse voices in shaping the development of this technology.
Yeah, it's about striking that right balance between embracing the potential of AI
Huh?
while also safeguarding our humanity, making sure that technology serves us rather than the other way around.
I couldn't have said it better myself. It's an exciting and challenging time to be alive, and I'm really eager to see how AI continues to shape the future of learning, work, and life itself.
Me too. But before we get too carried away with these futuristic visions, let's bring it back down to the present for a moment. We've talked a lot about the potential benefits of AI-powered mentors, but are there any potential drawbacks or limitations that we need to consider?
That's a great question and one that deserves careful consideration. One potential concern is the risk of bias creeping into AI algorithms, potentially perpetuating existing inequalities or even creating new ones.
That's a critical point. If these AI mentors are trained on biased data, they could end up reinforcing harmful stereotypes or even discriminating against certain groups of people.
Exactly, and that's why it's crucial to prioritize ethical considerations in the development and the deployment of AI, making sure that these systems are fair, transparent, and accountable.
Right. We also need to be mindful of data privacy and security. I mean, these AI mentors are collecting a lot of personal information about users, their learning styles, their goals, even their emotional states.
Absolutely. We need to make sure that that data is handled responsibly and that it's protected from misuse. It's also important to address concerns about job displacement.
You mean the possibility that AI mentors could replace human teachers or trainers or therapists?
Exactly. And while I do believe that AI will augment rather than replace these professions, it's important to acknowledge that potential for disruption and prepare for the workforce of the future.
That means investing in education and training programs that equip people with the skills they need to thrive in this AI-powered world.
Exactly. We need to be proactive in ensuring that everyone has the opportunity to benefit from these advancements in AI rather than being left behind.
Well, this has been an incredibly insightful conversation. And it's clear that the future of AI-powered mentorship is full of both promise and challenges. As we wrap up our deep dive, I'd love to hear your final thoughts on what all of this means for the future of learning and personal growth.
I truly believe that AI has the potential to revolutionize the way we learn and grow throughout our lives. But it's crucial that we approach this technology with both enthusiasm and caution, ensuring that it serves humanity and empowers individuals to reach their full potential.
Wow, it really feels like we've only just begun to explore all of the implications of this. I'm curious, what stood out to you as the most surprising or thought-provoking element of the research?
Hmm. I think what really struck me was how this technology is blurring the lines, between education, entertainment, and personal development. I mean, EON Reality isn't just building a learning platform. It's like they're creating a personalized world of growth.
It's like they're gamifying the entire learning process, making it more engaging and maybe even addictive.
Precisely. And that raises some really interesting questions about motivation and engagement. Like, if learning becomes too entertaining, do we risk losing sight of the effort and the discipline that's required for true mastery?
Right, it's like that age-old debate about learning for the joy of it versus learning for practical gain.
Hmm.
And it seems like this technology is trying to bridge that gap.
Exactly. And it brings us back to a point that's been kind of lurking in the background of this entire discussion. What does all of this mean for the future of human connection? If we have all these AI mentors guiding us through life, will we still need human teachers and mentors and therapists?
Yeah, that's a question that keeps popping up on my mind as well. While these AI mentors sound incredibly helpful, I can't shake this feeling that something might be lost if we rely on them too heavily.
I share that sentiment. There's a certain richness and depth to human interaction that's really hard to replicate with technology. A human mentor can empathize with you, challenge you in unexpected ways, and even share their own experiences and their own vulnerabilities. And that creates a bond that goes beyond just like the exchange of information.
Right, it's that human element, a shared journey of learning and growth that just seems irreplaceable.
I agree. So maybe the key here is not to see AI mentors as replacements for that human connection, but as complements, as tools that can enhance and enrich our relationships with those human mentors and teachers.
Like having a study buddy who never gets tired of your questions,
Wow.
but also knowing when to step back and let you grapple with things on your own, or when to encourage you to go seek guidance from a human expert.
Exactly. It's about finding that delicate balance, using technology to support our growth, while also preserving those essential human connections that give our lives meaning and purpose.
Well, this deep dive has certainly given us a lot to think about. From personalized learning paths to the future of human connection, it seems like the rise of AI-powered mentors is bound to reshape the way we learn, the way we grow, and the way we connect with each other. So as we wrap up this episode, I'd like to leave our listeners with a question.
Oh, what's that?
As you explore these new technologies, what aspects of your learning journey do you want to keep distinctly human? What role do you envision for AI in your own personal and professional growth? And what boundaries, if any, will you set?
Those are excellent questions, and I really encourage each of our listeners to reflect on them. The future of learning is unfolding right before our eyes, and it's up to each of us to shape it in a way that benefits both individuals and society as a whole.
Well, thank you so much for guiding us through this fascinating and thought-provoking deep dive. It's been a real pleasure exploring this topic with you.
Oh, the pleasure was all mine. It's always a privilege to engage in these conversations and to share in the joy of learning and discovery.
And to our listeners, thank you for joining us on this journey. We hope this deep dive has sparked your curiosity and inspired you to explore the world of AI-powered learning. Until next time, keep learning, keep growing, and keep diving deep.